Hello, everyone. Hope your Christmas shopping is going well. Hope your December is going well. If you celebrate Christmas, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever they said on Nickelodeon back in the day. Happy all the things, whatever you're celebrating. Hope your December is going well. And if you need a good Christmas gift idea, I have a poetry book called "What If I Ruled the World?" Poems Inspired by Music, which is always linked in the link tree. Always linked in the description. Check that out. It's $10. Not a expensive gift. You help your boy out, you know. I'm wearing my Beauty and the Beast Christmas shirt because I'm actually doing something. I don't know if it's 100% Christmas related or if it's winter related. I gotta look up more about it. But we're going to like this Winterfest thing with my dad and them, dad and co. So, thought this would be the perfect day to record. As always, my gumdrop buttons, um, gingerbread man, bells, always on deck. So, we're here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race's Holiday Spectacular, and this will be the first like episode I've watched of RuPaul's Drag Race in a while. I talked about this in my short video, but I am not very good at keeping up with shows at all. Wednesday, I kind of just binge watched the whole thing back to back, so that was kind of like how I got around that. But yeah, there's so many shows that I haven't finished. Like I reviewed the first season of Moesha, haven't watched it again yet. Which I need to. What other show? Abbott Elementary. I love that show, so I need to like really catch up. Only watched the first season of that, and they're on the third, so I'm really behind. So yeah, but this special was just like a one-off thing, so that was easy for me to keep up with. And it is a holiday television special and a reality competition TV show. It was released December 7th, 2018. So the synopsis is the return of Eureka O'Hara, Jasmine Masters, Kimchi, Latrice Royale, Mayhem Miller, Shangela, Sonique, and Trixie Mattel. They're all they all compete for the title of America's first drag race Christmas Queen. You can stream it on Paramount Plus, which I get for free because my friend's very nice to me. So I'm gonna talk about my pros and my cons and my overall opinion. And I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing because I'm gonna talk about their looks in detail. But let's get into the first thing that I liked, which was the musical aspect. I loved all the musical numbers. I thought they were fun. I said this in my short video, but RuPaul never has to do any promo because the whole show is promo for him. LOL. Uh, I feel like I would do the same, like I said in my short video. So yeah, they do a lot of pretty much all. I don't think there's any song that is not RuPaul's song that they lip sync to or do a musical number to or something like that. So yeah. So we're gonna get into like the meat of what I really liked, which was the looks, which I feel like is all not well, I know like the queens are popular and their personalities, like that's important too. But I also feel like for me, the looks are also as important. So, I'm just gonna talk about it in general and then we're gonna get into specifics. Oh, I have a typo. Of course, every time I have a typo. Would it be a video without a typo? But anyway, here we go. Gonna talk about the looks I loved, and most of them I loved, but there were some meh. I only had one I hated. But let me talk about each queen and the looks that I love from them. So the meh, I'm not gonna share because I'm like, I don't feel like editing every single meh in there. Uh, so first off, I love that they had a musical dream sequence where they all looked so cute. I'll share a picture here. Dear editing self. Of course, Trixie is a comedic character. LOL, Trixie Mattel. Very fitting for her. So they're all like in Christmas pajamas or like onesies. It's so cute. And then I reviewed this movie last year from Christmas Story, and Trixie Mattel is the bunny, like in the bunny costume from that movie. So that was really fun. Oh, and then next, RuPaul had this really cute tracksuit that I'll say she this time that she was in for her own like lip sync for your life, which was interesting. Her and Michelle Visage, they have a song together. From that album that she was promoting, Chris's Party, which I talked about in my short video, and she looked great. I loved that suit that she was wearing, so I'm gonna insert that if I don't already. Okay, so now for each of the queens. Oh, and then I'm gonna insert a picture of all the opening looks together, so I have a picture of that saved. The ladies had three outfits that they had. They had an opening outfit, one for an '80s song, for one of RuPaul's like Christmas songs. It's called "I Got You." I think it's a Christmas song, but it sounds kind of '80s. So then they had the '80s theme, but it wasn't '80s Christmas theme. It was just like plain '80s themed. And then they had a final Christmas runway look, like you know how they have the runway looks at the end. They had that. So let's get into Kimchi. I loved her gold like angel look for her opening outfit, and she had like a spiky crown. I thought that was cute. Or was it squiggly? One of them had a squiggly crown, but I think hers was spiked. But we'll see when I put in the picture. It gave very Catholic vibes to me. I loved her '80s look. She had a bright pink dress and the two buns with like the she had two buns on the top with her hair down. That was cute. And I loved her runway look. She was a present. So I thought that was really unique and fun. And then Mayhem Miller, I loved her opening look. Very Christmas, Mrs. Claus esque vibes. And her Christmas runway, she went very different, and she was a cunty Krampus. So that was different. So I like that. Sonique, I did not know about Sonique before watching this special, and I love her now. So I gotta look up everything about her. Uh, I loved her opening outfit. It was like a frost princess kind of look mixed with Marilyn Monroe vibes. I love that. And she had a gingerbread suit on her runway look. And it was something different, you know, but it was still cute. And like, I'm not saying like none of the queens are feminine, but you know, she's very. I was surprised that she did a pants look, but it didn't look masculine on her. I don't know if that's gonna make any sense. But yeah, she's very. I'm not saying that they're not all feminine, but you know, sometimes uh but she's very feminine, and I thought she would do a dress look on the runway, but I liked her look. And the gingerbread suit. Okay, Trixie Mattel. I loved all of her looks, so I'm gonna put all of them in here. Of course, my screen wants to. Come on. Okay, but yeah, Trixie Mattel is honestly one of my favorite. I'm gonna say she's my favorite. I feel like I should say one of the black girls is my favorite. But I do love Jasmine Masters. I love her, you know, the Anna Oop. And I'll say she's one of my favorites, and Latrice Royale and Shangela. So we're gonna put them all together. But I love Kimchi too. But I loved all her looks. Trixie Mattel. She's one of my favorite drag race queens. I already said that. I love that she did pink for her opening outfit. That was very cute. Little pink Christmas. I think it was like a dress or like a kind of a romper looking thing. The '80s look was perfect for her. Because I feel like she's kind of retro in general. So that guy fits her aesthetic. And then I loved her angel runway look. And she said that she loves Christmas but hates like doing red and green for everything. So I feel like that worked to do like white. So yeah, she made it work for her. And then Sonique, no, whoops, I talked about Sonique. Shangela, two S's. I loved her opening outfit. It made like it looked like a Christmas tree. It was like a green cute dress. You'll see it when I put it in. And I loved her '80s look was bright and fun. I think it was like all yellow. So that was cool. Eureka, I loved her '80s look with polka dots and pops of pink, but that was the only one I liked of hers. The other ones were kind of meh to me. Latrice Royale, I loved her opening look. It once again gave Mrs. Claus. Love that. And then her runway look was kind of mad to me, and so was the '80s look. Jasmine Masters, I loved her opening look. Gave very classy chandelier in like a good way, but I didn't really like her '80s look was meh. But we're gonna get into the one outfit that I hated. But let's first. Oh yeah, here's my cons. So Jasmine Masters, I hated her runway look. I'm gonna put it in here. I didn't like that she covered her face. Like I get it, it's supposed to be like kind of like a present or like a gift basket for Christmas, something like that. But I didn't like it. I'm like I didn't like her covering up her face, especially when you went to the lip sync part. It was kind of like what's the point? We can't even see your face. You can't see you lip syncing. Um, and then I had one other con, and it was like not seeing the process of the costumes and the ending. So I know this was a different kind of episode, but I always love seeing them actually like making their one way looks. I feel like that's a big part of the show. And I know it's like a special, so it's gonna be different. But I miss seeing that. I miss seeing them sewing and doing what they had to do with the buttons and all of that. I like seeing the process. And then the ending. What did I say about the ending? Um, so the ending with who would be the winner was kind of anticlimactic to me. I guess it's supposed to be just like a fun special, but I was like, I still wish there could have been like a better outcome. I mean, I'm trying not to spoil it, but I feel like it's kind of spoilery ish, saying it's kind of anticlimactic. But I kind of wanted just to be regular. But I mean, it was cool. But it is what it is. So let's maybe here we go. So here's my overall opinion. Um, I think the special was fun and entertaining. I love that a lot of the looks. I loved a lot of the looks that were on there. It's also a lip sync. Oh, I talked about this by RuPaul and Michelle Visage, and it was really funny and over the top. As you know, in RuPaul true fashion, she's always going to be over the top. Um, and I did look up Michelle Visage, and I didn't realize she was a singer. Uh, but it made sense. I mean, like I feel like a lot of drag queens like do put out music, and I'm like, doesn't mean that they're stellar singers, but I guess it's like a part of like the job. I'm not 100% sure to be like have some kind of music endeavor. I feel like, especially a lot of the um, newer drag queens or ones who are out now, they would do some kind of musical thing. But yeah, I think any Drag Race fan would love this special, and I would recommend it. I do wish we got to see the queens making their costumes like usual, and that the ending wasn't so anticlimactic. But I would give it 8 out of 10. And I hope they do more like one-off specials like this because I feel like that would be fun. I hope they do more in the future. I was looking it up, and I feel like they've done Christmas episodes of like their regular seasons, but not like a whole like just special by itself. I feel like that would be cool, and I feel like maybe they could do like different holidays, maybe like a Easter one, a Thanksgiving. I don't know, Valentine, something different for the specials. That'd be fun. And then I wrote an acrostic poem based on RuPaul's song "Hey Sis, It's Christmas," and it's called "Sis." Sugar plum fairies coming to our party because they know it's the best Christmas party in town. And sis, you'll be a fool to miss that. So there's that. That's RuPaul's Drag Race Hollis Slay Spectacular. Have you seen it? Will you go watch it now that I've shared what I've liked about it and what I didn't like about it? And do you wish they had more specials like this? So whatever you think, whatever you want to say, if you want to comment, tell me if you've done Christmas shopping. I'm pretty much done. I'm just getting like stocking stuffer stuff. Um, yeah, let me know, and I'll see you all next week.